So, hello you guys. This is my preliminary video on whether or not I have decided to start a YouTube channel on my carnivore journey. I've been thinking on it for at least 6 months, and you know, as an introvert, it's kind of difficult to really be happy about, getting online and dealing with people and talking in front of different people. But it's truly been on my mind, especially since this weekend. So this weekend was Mother's Day weekend, and I went down to the ocean front with a friend of mine. And as we were talking, he said to me, he says, I've got a friend who was diagnosed with the C word, the cancer thing. And he says, and he's been going through a lot for a long time, you know. And then he also said, he's spending a lot of money going to something called I think it's like an oxygen tank, which is supposed to help heal you with different things. And so it popped in my mind that about 3 weeks before then, another dear friend of mine that was sick, she asked me to do some research for her on this oxygen machine. And I found out it's called a bariatric chamber, and it was very expensive, and insurance didn't pay for it, which that's kind of crazy, you know. We having to pay for our insurance, and they don't want to pay for things that we need for our health. Anyway, that's another story. But I told her about it, and I told her how expensive it was, and she wanted to do it. And it made me think about the fact that so many people, when we get to a point where we're so sick in our life and we're willing to pay out of pocket, we're very desperate for help. And when he told me about his friend, the only thing I could think of is I sure wish that I could whisper in this guy's ear and tell him to try carnivore. The reason I say that is because for me, carnivore fixed so many different things. Well, I'll talk about that in another story if I decide to do this carnivore journey, this platform on YouTube. And I think I'm going to give myself about 4 days to make the decision. So since I knew that carnivore helped me, I know it could help other people. I'd even heard on some of the YouTube channels that I had been watching of some of the doctors, and they would bring guests on that would talk about how they had cancer. Now, you know, I'm not a doctor or anything, and I don't know if there's been anything that can heal cancer, but I know a lot of them are talking about their experiences. And to be fair, even on the veganism side, you hear people talk about their experiences in health with veganism. You know, we're all individuals, so what works for me might not work for you. However, if you're at the point that you're desperate, doesn't hurt to try it, you know? So like I said, I really wanted to be able to tell him to look into it, you know, to research it. Because I think the way it goes is that cancer feeds off of sugar. So if you take sugar out of your body, which is all carbohydrates, which is fruits and vegetables, then the cancer won't have anything to feed on. So I think that's how it goes. Check it out and research it for yourself, okay? It's always good to do your own research. As for me, I've been a carnivore now for a year, and it's so just unbelievable the things that it has helped me with. In fact, I didn't know anything about carnivore. I mean, I knew the word carnivore, but I didn't know there were a whole community of people that were actually carnivores. Carnivore kind of found me, and then I started learning more about it. So, like I said, this is my preliminary video, and I'm going to give myself about a good 4 days to think about if I'm actually going to do this this YouTube platform, you know. So I'm gonna give it some thought. So I guess that's the end of my initial video. I'd like to say like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you like to use this video or redistribute it anyway, please feel free to do that. So until next time, in the next 4 days, when I make up my mind if I'm going to get over my fears and do this YouTube channel, I'll be talking to you. Okay, so I was going to wait until tomorrow to do my next video. However, I realized that I made so many mistakes in this video. I didn't say my name or anything. So I decided I was going to come back and not quite start all over, because when I put that video out, I think, you know. But I'm Brenda. I was thinking about calling my page Carnivore Found Me, because in the last video that kind of stood out. Carnivore Found Me. I said that before. And let's see. I'm going to have a slogan. My slogan is going to be the beauty of wisdom. I think wisdom is a great thing, you know. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I guess you want to know what I'm going to have on my page, right? Okay. Well, I'm going to have my journey. I'm going to start with my carnivore journey. I'm going to talk about my diagnosis. I'm going to talk about when I thought I was dying. I'm going to talk about becoming a vegan. I'm going to talk about being hospitalized. And I'm going to also talk about how I mistakenly became a carnivore. You know, there was a toss-up in my names. It was like Carnivore Found Me, or what was it? Carnivore by mistake. That was one of the choices that I wanted to have. But yeah, I figured I'd come back and I'd talk about that. I'm really, really, really kind of looking forward to this. And you know, I think about the fact that I'm actually on here talking on some social media platform. And that's something I would have never, ever done. Because you'll hear some of the diagnoses that I had, and you'll be really shocked. I was shocked. I was totally, you know, you hear about people, they say, what do they say? You are what you eat, you know, or your diet can really change your life. And you hear that from people, but you really, really do not expect that to be true. Or you don't expect to have any significant change. But for me, it was significant. Yeah. Very significant. And so, yeah, I'm leaning towards starting this channel. So I just came back to say that, and what I say in the end is like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to share this or distribute it in any way, please feel free to do so. Thanks.